Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Narpocalypse pod. This week, we decided to have a special two-guest special. We're bringing in Benjamin Beecher and Easton Payne. Just a little background on them. Easton is from Tremont, Utah. He graduated from Bear River High School in 2018. After which he served an LDS mission. And then when he came back, he joined the Weber State football team in 2021. He was a part of the Wildcat team that won its fourth Big Sky championship in a row during the spring season. And then after that, he went on to play the next several years, and he played in 35 career games and had 60 tackles. He's a reformed prankster, a self-proclaimed Smash Bros guru, and an avid state shirt collector. And on the other side, we have Benjamin Do-It-All Beecher. He was a defensive tackle from Parker, Colorado. He's a scout team All-American and played in 32 games for Weber State. He has 25 total tackles and is a well-known Smash Bros legend, a sushi devourer, and newly a scholar. So welcome to the pod, friends. Welcome.
Welcome,
you, sir.
gentlemen.
Thanks.
Yes.
Great intro.
Yeah.
I want to. What is the new scholar thing?
I started, believe it or not, I can read, and I started reading a bunch of. Actually, that's a lie because I listened to them, so I don't know if that counts. But I consume literary knowledge. I do a bunch of. I started doing audiobooks since we're done with football, and I think in the last 6 months I've done 40 books. Yeah, Cat in the Hat was the start.
Dive Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, he
was a good audiobook. Yeah.
Ben was in Rexburg like a week ago, and me and him talked for like 2 hours, and a lot of that was about books that he was listening to. So, yeah, bro's all grown up.
What kind of books are we into here?
He is. I'll do some nonfiction, and then I don't really like the self-help book. They just kind of tell you the same discipline things over and over again, which help you if you're down, but if you're doing the right stuff, it's still good. But any fantasy book, sci-fi, dude, anything good, I'll read.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I think I've read like one book in the last 7 years.
Yeah, you have a six-pack, and I'm fat as hell, so we'll take that trade any day.
That's fair.
Harp, that's how I was too, and Ben put me on a couple books, and they've been minty fresh
and
so far.
Then you lost the six-pack, or
yes.
What books he put you on, dude? And then put me on right now.
The Red Rising series.
Fantastic.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but
I've heard a lot about it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I thought it was smut. To be honest with you.
Nope. Not quite.
You would not catch me listening to that.
That's the only thing I listen to, brother.
No, and then I forgot to tell you, Ben, I started is it The First Blade or whatever that book?
The Blade Itself.
The Blade Itself, yes. I love that book. It's so good so far.
That's good. That makes me happy to hear you reading it.
Yeah. No, I'm stoked about it. So we got to start a book club. Brian, we can get you into reading.
Dude. What was the best and worst meals that they would give us for fall camp or like game day?
Dude, any soggy ass sandwich in fall camp. Soggy sandwich.
The Great Harvest ones were so horrible. I don't know what you guys
see. I didn't mind
that was
those.
Probably my least favorite.
Really? I'm probably one of the few that like Chuck-a-Rama though. So
that's brutal.
I loved when we would go to Chuck-a-Rama for it was so good.
I just load up on all the shit.
Oh yeah, dude. I was having a heyday. A couple ice cream cones to end it.
Oh my gosh. That's vicious.
Dude, as a walk-on who's struggling to feed himself Chuck-a-Rama.
I think I lost weight after Chuck-a-Rama though.
Yeah.
Did you shit out the bathroom after?
I'd always go upstairs to the coach's office bathroom, away from everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
the private.
Yeah.
So I don't know. In my opinion, yeah, the Great Harvest sandwiches I did not like. I don't know. I like Great Harvest when you're there, but like they were like they're like soggy but dry at the same time. I can't even describe it.
Yeah, it's just because like they order them ahead of time because obviously that's a big catering order, and then it just sits there. Like we
Yeah.
needed to find food that could sit and last. You know what I mean? And that was not one of them. Plus, like, don't get it twisted. I am not the biggest mayo fan, but I still eat mayo on things.
Mayo
They
whips.
did put a ton on there.
slathered that mayo on. I was like, there's more mayo than meat on this sandwich, and it was
That was the only
ridiculous.
redeeming quality of it, dude.
I don't know.
It was the
I don't know.
pounds of mayo.
That and like, honestly, we sound so privileged right now. But Olive Garden,
Yeah, I like the Olive Garden.
that
days.
one got
You didn't like the Olive Garden days?
Okay. At first, it was miraculous. Like when I first got to Weber, I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're catering Olive Garden! I've made it." And then after day 25 of eating Olive Garden, I
always thought it was funny. Like
Yeah,
everyone would grab extras, and so you'd open the fridge at our house, and there's like 6 extra things of Olive Garden in there. It's like no one's eating that. It's like a week later.
Yeah. No, it was so bad.
It's like a salt Alfredo's like
Yeah,
a salt
exactly.
block. You open it, it's just like one unit.
Yeah. So
I'd have to say the best was the Wingstop when we'd get it. Do you guys remember that when we get Wingstop?
Mhm.
That was always fun. I like when we had the burgers, the boiled ones. I loved those too. Those were delicious.
Dude, I can get on board with those.
Yeah, I was always like, I on those burger days I ate salads because
No, you didn't. Don't lie.
Yes, I did.
I've never seen you eat a salad in your life.
I promise. I loaded up on salad and fruit. I
Like on the
promise,
burger days, I just
because-
ate a bunch of Oreos instead, dude. It's
No, guys, listen. Because my weight, right? Like, I mean, I had to eat so much just to get up to 300. But then they were like, okay, we don't want you like above 300. And so we'd always get like those burgers right before a weigh-in day. And so it's like I had to really fight and control in order to make weigh-ins. Because let me tell you, that cardio club, it ain't for the weak. And I
never had to go.
I was in both of them, dude.
Cardio
oh
club?
my gosh, I went once.
I was in cardio club, and then I lost 20 pounds as a running back. And then that's when like, hey, actually, we're not doing fullbacks anymore. You should switch to D tackle. So the 20 pounds I lost, I had to start to gain back. So it was real nice.
That was gaining weight for them was the
Thing.
best because it was literally like, hey, here's a protein shake. Good luck. Oh, sick. This is gonna put 30 pounds on me right now.
That's it. I know. And like not tons of direction either of like what you should eat. Like that was always the
Coach
thing.
D
Like,
would always be like, you're on a seafood diet. You seafood, you eat food. I was
They
like,
have the same food recipe up on the TVs in the weight room for 6 years. Like, you can go read whatever the fuck salmon they talked about.
Remember when we got that nutritionist that like didn't do anything?
yeah, didn't know who she was I was there for 6 years, and I didn't know who she was till my senior year, and that's what she was there for.
I'm like, why do we got to make an appointment with you? Like, you should be helping us actively.
Meet with the O line and D line once a week.
Yeah,
That's true.
that was all really crazy. Yeah, no, for cardio club, Cloward had us run like 2 miles, and that was like okay, but then it's like we go right into a lift afterwards, and I did it once, and I said, "Yeah,
Zeke,
no,
I know you didn't run 2
Don't worry,
miles.
I'll make weight." No, I did.
you did.
I know, it's crazy.
You walked.
It's crazy. I ran
2 laps around the
I
track.
ran.
isn't
Mile,
2
right?
miles,
Yeah.
by the
Let me
way.
tell you, I was beating Jason's ass. I wasn't gonna be last.
Dude, I could have put in a wheelchair beating him. You shitting me?
I ran those 2 miles, y'all. Okay, I know I'm not distance ain't for me, but I did it, and I
You
said,
guys even
you guys were there for this not this year, but the year before our senior year, the conditioning in the summer. It was like the actual crucible. Like it was absolutely horrendous.
No, I was there. Your junior year?
No, the senior year summer.
Senior
It
year
was different.
Oh.
Yeah.
We all of a sudden turned into cross country guys. It felt like.
Yeah, well, because we did a couple workouts where we just literally ran laps around the track. That's just all we did.
Yeah, timed laps, and if you missed one, we had to do another. Kevin Johnson missed the very first one, and then said, "I'm out," and then left the
And he left
conditioning
the
session.
workout.
I respect that.
So that started off great.
I love. Who was the kid
Yeah, we did
that?
that, and then just like
Who was the kid that
Oh, go
was
ahead.
late one morning to Hills, and then we had like the extra, or he had the punishment, and then he was late to his punishment again.
Probably Calvin.
Yeah, I think it was him.
I think it was Calvin.
It's got to be Calvin.
Blew my mind.
Him or Cameron Cope is a safe guess.
It wasn't Cam.
Jesus
I remember
Christ.
that one, but I think it was Calvin.
Yeah.
Did you guys think hills were hard? What was your opinion on hills?
The very first time of the summer, yes, but after that, you kind of get. I was always drained after, but you could always get through it.
Like it was just the dust,
Yeah.
really. Like it was the fact that I couldn't breathe because the dust was kicking up. But for like the first, it was like two. For the first like 2 or 3 years, whatever it was, I ran with Melike, and we paced ourselves up the hills.
Yeah. A waddle, some might say.
Nah, I was driving my knees, but like I just had to be just fast enough to beat Melike. And
I think my favorite part about Hills was when what was her name? Brooklyn was at the top yelling at us. And
yes,
I think so. I think Kylan, maybe it was, snapped back at her one time. It was so funny. Maybe it was T-Mac, actually.
My favorite.
She knew nothing.
She did not know anything. My favorite was Big Red's first hills, where he ate 3 jalapeno cheddar taquitos before, and then threw up after like the first 10 hill runs. I was like,
Chuck.
bro, what are you doing?
That was
like,
so
yeah,
bad.
he was like, I needed fuel in my body. And I'm like, so you choose the worst fuel ever?
I mean, the worst fuel ever. Dude, I used to have taquitos before like every practice. Those things got me through.
Dang.
Yeah, but like you're a skill guy, it
actually just
affects
kinda
your body a little
Sat
different.
the bench and let you guys just do whatever you wanted to me at practice.
Just
Yeah,
take
you guys
advantage
just
of.
literally bent me over and had your way with me every day. It was unreal.
Hey, everybody scouts matters. Ask Ben. Scouts.
Yeah, I did my time, dude.
Yeah.
I served it well.
Even when Ben was in the rotation with us,
I
he
still
was
had to play
still
scout.
on scout.
Not a single year I didn't play scout, and it was
Oh my
scout
gosh.
O-line.
I was gonna say, I
every
remember you
year.
playing right
Mhm.
next to me. So
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't get to play
insane.
actual defensive scout a single time. It was
You
always
didn't.
O-line. I never got to get better.
You were a mean guard, bro. You were a mean
Oh.
right guard.
When you guys
Yeah.
had mercy on me.
No, what the worst was, you'd know the plays, so you'd like know how to like take advantage and like
Yeah.
screw you over. So you do like the most like ocular technique, and it would just like
Mhm.
screw you in the play, and then it's like, oh, you're getting like chewed out now.
Yeah.
So-
Duff comes charging from the back. What the
I
hell
try
are
to
you doing?
sometimes.
dude, I hated because we would
Coach,
just
he's
run the
reading-
same
he's
scout
reading
plays.
your mind.
Like group 1 would run these 4, and then group 2 would run these 4.
Mhm.
It's like you guys clearly know exactly what's happening. Oh, it's terrible, dude.
What's
It's
coming
terrible.
next? Yeah, it's
Pra-
true.
Practice makes perfect, bro. Practice
It
makes
is.
It
perfect.
was rough.
And then we play against
Does it?
Montana State.
But Brian, at
and-
least you were close with Kian in your
Yeah,
group,
no,
though.
Kian, he is my hero, actually.
BYU
How
How he
legend.
got me. We were talking about food before games. Big Red would be on the Dragon Warrior diet before games. He'd have one piece of watermelon, a berry, and he'd be like, Braden, like, what's up? I just can't eat. And we'd be like, you're the Dragon Warrior, Braden. Like,
Every time I was like, wow, that's impressive. But
That dude,
yeah.
for as goofy as he
Oh,
was, he was pretty good. Pretty
talented,
good dude.
athletic
Very.
is all get out. I was
He's
like,
a good dude.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
He's an OG.
How many cats do you have?
Just two, bro.
Hey,
This one's named Kitty. This one's named Cheeto.
Why is Kitty just thrown to the
man.
side and Cheeto gets special treatment?
Yeah, that's
because Cheeto's autistic, dude.
Kitty's a little darker.
He needs
too.
to be touching somebody.
Yeah, bro's perched. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we should kind of get on track here, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
Zeke, you jackass.
My bad, bros. I knew this was gonna be chaotic.
I love it.
So I guess like what would you guys say was one of the biggest challenges you faced while you were at Weber?
I got cut 3 times. That was not fun every time. The first time I got cut, you guys went to that water park in Provo. And I was sitting at home watching you guys watch the team posted on their story of all my friends hanging out at a water park as I am at home. And then I think I would do, I'd get better in the off season, or I'd get better through the season, off season. Coaches would be like, yeah, dude, I like where you're at. Like you're going to be here. And then fall would come and I get the same call. Yeah, you're done. You're coming for fall camp. And one season they're like, hey, you can actually film us for fall camp. I was like, hey, I appreciate you guys trying to include me, but that makes me feel worse. Like, and then, so that was always tough and discouraging because I think I would get so much better, and all the progress I'd get, I felt like I would just fall back. And so it was, and I never felt like I had a chance to prove myself because as soon as I would be back, I was on scout team offense, and I can't show at all if I can playing O-line, trying to play D-line as a real position. So that was always hard. That there was the only chances I got to play were like the spring game, and none of our starters were in. Coaches already knew the depth chart. So that was always frustrating. Luckily, I got my chance eventually, and stuff worked out. But there's a lot of guys that doesn't work out. So I got lucky, but it was hard getting cut 3 times.
Yeah, no. I just say you are like the definition of tenacity and consistency because
dude, do you know who I got that from? A good example, Brecken Gunther. When I was a walk-on fullback with him before I switched to D-line. That dude would work FedEx through the night, come to practice in the morning, and just off no sleep, and then would take a nap during the day, go back to practice, and then through work the night again. Like, dude, nobody. Jeez. Like, I was lucky I had like super good inspirations of. I got to watch Josh Davis practice habits of that dude would run 30 extra yards after each play, and you're like, oh, that's what an All-American looks like.
Yeah,
I'm a crappy walk-on. I have to do no less than that, like. And then watching Brecken, you're like, okay, he's another walk-on. And he's doing all that just so he can play the sport he loves. That's what it's going to take. So I was blessed to have, and I didn't have nearly as hard. I would just work till midnight, and then I was a king of Devo, dude. I swear did more Devo years than any other man. But I liked it. It was fun. You guys on the team, no one ever treated me like a walk-on. So none of the players ever did. So, it really wasn't that hard, I guess. It was fun.
You said you got cut 3 times. Yeah. When the time you actually got onto the roster and made the team, was there anything different that you did, or was it just kind of the right timing with what they needed?
So the first time I get cut initially, but like 3, and I actually think they tried to bring me in as an O-lineman, but I lost a bunch of weight. And so when I got there, they handed me an O-lineman, like a white jersey, and a bunch of O-linemen had quit. And then they saw how skinny I was. And I asked Duff, I was like, hey, why do I have all these O-line stuff? And I was told to stretch with them. He's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And they flipped back. So the first time I came halfway through, and I don't really, I guess I was just the correct weight. And I had finally looked like a D lineman for the first time to give him a chance. And then, so just being the right weight, I guess, was in the right position, how it gave me the opportunity to come to camp the next year, which was the shittiest camp on earth.
Which year was that?
was that
the Crucible?
Was that both?
That's the year. No, the first one was fine. We had a bunch of healthy guys. my second camp that I got to, that was Johnson's first year. And at one point, there was only 3 D tackles healthy. And Johnson was, and I, two different experiences, me and Zeke with Johnson. But Johnson, no matter what you thought, he was an intense coach and wanted things very intense. And Brian, I don't know if you ever got to do pursuit drill, but it was not a pleasure.
I handed the ball off to some running backs who did pursuit drill.
Yeah, pursuit drill. I have nightmares about pursuit drill.
Yeah. In pursuit, you go in teams of 2 and there's usually 4 groups. And once the D linemen are out, normally you just no one goes with the last 2 groups. But Johnson was like, nah, somebody's got to step up and in. And there was 3 of us, dude. So no matter what, you were just always going. And
so bad.
And then we went and his indies were just hell. I mean, we were constantly running and then go fast. He'd make us go back to back. And I remember the very first day that there was only 3 of us, we had to go into the sprint periods where we had this 20-yard sprints in. And I remember just standing on the line and drool just coming out of my mouth. And the Toggy brothers were like, dude, are you okay? And I couldn't even talk. That was so hard. But it was awesome. Me and Easton kept looking at each other just like, dude, I don't know how much longer we can do this. And then luckily Johnson toned it down.
Yeah, he did. It was me, you, and Dallas Theofold.
That's a squad right there. That's a crazy squad.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
We held it down because Zeke, you were hurt. Steven was, and I mean other stuff, but
yeah. Me and Steven both just had like surgeries back to back. What happened to Matt?
He had asthma. He'd have asthma.
He had selective asthma. I'm just kidding. Matt had asthma.
That's right. That's right.
He knows. We're tough on it.
Yeah.
We love Matt.
That's our boy. That's our boy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Good egg.
Yeah. Good egg.
Big P5 guy now.
Absolutely. Do you see he was like the top rated? Well, not top rated. He's like in the top 10 of the ACC D tackles.
Yeah. They say top 10 returning.
I think he's top 10 FBS, right? And then he's the number 1 in ACC, isn't he?
No, he's the number 10 in ACC. That's still sweet.
Dude, the amount of talent that came from Weber and transferred out to these big schools is unreal.
Well, and here's the thing, really, right? I genuinely think most of us would have gone to like a Power 5 school if we had transferred. And it was
most is the key word.
A lot of like
one of us here.
Was my peak.
But like it was a lot of like scare tactics, and I get it. Like you don't want people to transfer, but you remember those meetings we'd have at the end of every season. This is the number of guys that enter the transfer portal. You will not make it out. And every person that entered the transfer portal made it out.
Big ass FBS schools.
Big FBS schools. Yeah.
Really successful there.
Yeah.
The only guy who maybe wasn't, I mean, there's this shade at all was Hollinghouse. Like he was the only one who I haven't heard like
I felt so
happened.
bad for him. So he lives in San Diego right now, actually. I haven't seen him, but our last meeting, like we had our exit meetings, I think it was spring, and he came down and he like looked kind of down. I was like, oh dude, like how'd it go? Like just kind of asked him what was going on. And he just like looks at me, he's like, bro, it was bad. I was like, what'd he say? It's like Larson told him, he's like, I don't want to say, or so he asked Larson, like, what are my odds of playing? Like, just be straight. Like, what are my odds? And like, when you say that, I mean, you expect kind of like, oh, you could maybe like keep doing this. You could get on the field. Larson goes, I don't want to say it's a 0% because you can never say 0, but it's as close to 0 as you could possibly get. I was like, oh shit, dude.
Oh my
that's tough.
That's hard.
Brutal. That's brutal. That quarterback room was cutthroat. I can't lie.
It was a tough spot, man. I like the kid too, but
that's a tough thing to hear. Yeah, House was awesome.
That's hard.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
I liked House.
Yeah.
All right, Easton, what was your hardest memory from Weber?
I'd have to say it was when I had my Liz Franck tear. It's like fancy name. I don't know if you remember Harp, just because we were in different positions, but I hurt my foot and I had been a scooter for forever. Like J-Rec ran me over on the sideline in the spring ball game.
I do remember that now that you say it, yeah.
Absolutely. You were sitting on a scooter and he decleated you on the sideline.
I went flying sideways.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Horrendous. So I tore my Liz Frank ligament in my foot, which is a mid-foot ligament. And like without it, you would just like lose the entire arch of your foot. You can't run, you can't do anything. And so I had that injury. It was like the third or fourth practice of spring ball in 2024. So it was the spring of 2024. I had that injury. I tried for a while just like get like heal naturally without having to get surgery. And then like one time we were outside the weight room and Stephen Bryant like pushed me on my scooter and it like popped again. So it was like a really good moment. so, so thanks Stephen for that, for my surgery. No, I don't think that's actually what happened, but turns out, I mean, I got more scans. I had to get surgery on it. And so for that, like what they do is they have to like reconstruct the whole midfoot. So I had to put 3 screws in my foot. And Liz Frank, like recovery time, I mean, like Taysom Hill had it. A lot of guys, not a lot, but a few guys have had it and have like played in the league and stuff. And it takes, you know, it's like an ACL recovery. It takes a while to get back. And so like I was like, man, like my whole season's done. Like, am I going to medical redshirt? And I was just unsure of what my future was going to be, you know, especially like after 2023. Not that the team had a great year, but like I felt like I performed well, and like it was just, you know, things were on the ups, and then they dropped off a cliff, and that was hard for me, really hard. And so I decided to have surgery and to start recovering and stuff. And I mean, you guys know how it is. Like after, even if it's a minor injury or whatever, like going in the pit, being in the like, it's the worst thing ever. Like you don't feel like you're a part of the team anymore. You know what I mean? Like you kind of lose that sense of self and like that sense of belonging a little bit, even though like it's not true, but you feel that way. And so I have those feelings. You know, you're working hard to get back, and the season kind of comes around and I'm still kind of hurt a little bit, but I try to play, and it was hard because I mean, I was fat and slow, and now I had a gimp foot. And so I was even worse at football than I was before, which like wasn't a lot. I didn't have a lot of room to give.
No, you
And
were
so,
good. You were a good player.
no. And so it came around, and like, I just didn't feel like myself playing like in practice. Like I mean, you could watch the film, and I just wasn't moving the same. Things didn't feel as good. And so like that, like tanked my self-worth even more, you know, cause they're like, you know, we're constantly not scrutinized, but criticized for what we're doing. And it was hard. I felt like at the time, maybe like looking back on it, like I feel like coaches could be more understanding. And I guess that's kind of the part of college football is like, you got to just play the next man up, and it's a business, you know, but it's hard when you're just the guy sitting behind. And I think we've all kind of had that experience in a way to some extent of being left behind. But luckily I was able to recover, and I played in most of the season, which was actually like a miracle because like normally it's 9 months, and I tore it in April, and I started playing again, I think in September. And so like it was way faster than what I thought, like probably too fast, but I was super happy that I got to be able to come and travel again and play, even though I didn't play a lot. Like it was huge just to be able to go and be with the guys and like with you guys. And it was taught me a lot, and to be grateful for what I have. So I don't know. That's kind of my biggest challenge with what happened.
No, yeah, I mean, that is a lot. And just like you were saying, that feeling of like, you know, you're a part of the group, and like all the players kind of understand that injury thing, because like most of us have been injured, most of us have been there, you know. And then it's like from the coach's standpoint, I get it. Like, yeah, like you said, it's next man up, but like, you know, they're talking you up the whole time, like, and that's like also a hard decision between like, okay, do I get this surgery or do I try to tough it out, you know? And like I
Yeah.
know both me and you, right, we tore our labrums or whatever.
Mhm.
And did
Your
Yeah.
you
labias.
That
did,
too.
Oh, it's labrum.
did,
Oh,
did you get that surgery, Easton?
I did. Yeah.
You did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was such a hard decision for me because like I had just started getting like more significant playing time, you know? And then it was like I was like, dang, this is gonna put me out for spring ball. Little did I know I wouldn't play in a single spring ball because of injuries. But it was like It was like,
For you.
dang. Yeah, I know. I managed to never play a single down in spring ball. It's crazy, but it was just,
That is insane.
yeah. But I was just like, man, like, yeah, I can do what coach says and like tough it out, and see how that works out. But I was just like, dang, like, is this gonna cost me my future? You know, and that's such a hard decision with injuries. Is like, how bad is it actually? You know, so
It is.
yeah,
It's such a hard thing because you want to play and you love the sport and you want to be able to do it. And like you said, you're in a good spot to be able to, move up, and then stuff like that happens and it makes it hard. That's why I wish it's so hard because like looking back, I would have liked to have like had more like, I don't know, like sports psychology. We had like Riley Jensen, you know what I mean? But that was once a week. It would be nice to like have that more often to like teach you actual mental toughness, not just once a week kind of stuff.
They
I
could
don't
have
know
like
how you guys
offered it
felt
as a
about that,
class or
but
something like for athletes that you could take if you had to fill
Yeah.
something on your schedule or just something if you were interested in. Like that would have been cool.
Yeah, I
instead we
like
did
that.
yoga.
Did yoga.
Yeah.
that was
No,
good.
that genuinely though, I think that would have been a great idea because yeah, like we all needed it, you know, and I think okay, wait, some of us were more mentally strong than others. Brian probably didn't need it.
Dude,
But
I was mentally
Exactly.
broken. What are you talking about? I was fucking shattered.
Terrible.
I know, I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah, you can laugh at my
but
pain and
yeah, no.
depression. It's okay, Zeke. It's cool.
I think that would have helped a lot of athletes out to have more than just like, and like, yeah, Riley Jensen was always like, you can reach out to me, we can meet, but like to have something that you're going to a couple times a week to be like, yeah, I need help with this. But
Yeah.
so I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you guys, right? You both finished in the 2025 season, right, Ben?
Mhm.
I
Yep.
couldn't
Mhm.
remember for you, Ben, specifically, but yeah, you both finished in 2025. How has the transition been from like after your season, after your last game ended to now?
Pretty easy, I'd say. I blew my Achilles in the last game, and there were some dark days with that. I was hopping up my stairs one day, and I slipped and I caught my foot, and I thought I retore it, and I laid in my garage for like 30 minutes, like
Oh,
contemplating whether I just lay down and die. But no, the transition, I actually loved the transition. Like football's starting right now, and I miss hanging out with you guys, and I miss messing around the locker room. But I don't really miss a ton of the other stuff.
mhm.
And I think that's because Zeke, you've seen Attack on Titan, right?
Yeah,
Do you know when like Levi has to pick between Erevan and Armin on who to save?
yeah,
I was like Erevan, dude. Like I had seen my ocean. I was a walk on just trying to earn a scholarship. That was my ultimate goal, and I kind of stunted myself setting that as my big goal. And it took me 5 years to get there. And once I was there, I kind of didn't have. I almost felt my crisis a year early because I didn't have another goal, and I was kind of stuck in this limbo where, yeah, I was on scholarship, but I wasn't playing as much as I did, and my body, I like never got hurt my first 5 years there. I mean, I got bumps and bruises, but never got hurt, and then I was starting to get hurt, and I kind of had my crisis there of like, dude, I'm doing this out of duty, not like I love the sport anymore, and I think something that helped me is I had this job I was going into lined up already to start this day I was done with football. And having a goal after made the transition super easy. I was super excited to start. And so just I think, a lot of guys like you two probably are like, ooh, I could go like league. I knew my mountaintop was right there. That was as good as I was going to get. And so it was easy, like knowing that my time was coming to an end, and I had a lot of good goals after, and it made the transition super smooth. Like I had new things to look forward to, and it was fun. I got a lot out of Weber, and it was fulfilling, but it was time
I think
to be
that's
done.
what I miss the most
Hat off
too.
to
Like
you. That's
I love the sport and playing, but definitely by the end of it, Like it was just the locker room moments or the meals or the hangouts afterwards. Like that was the stuff that I missed the most.
Totally.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. Like, yeah, our our travel trips were as annoying as they were sometimes with you two. I bet I liked being your roommate and stuff like that on travel trips. That was a lot of fun.
I felt like my transition from football to where I am now was interesting at first because I kind of had a little bit of time in between what I'm doing now because I'm at physical therapy school and with football. And at the time when football ended, I didn't know for sure if I was going to be getting into these schools. Like the physical therapy like application process is honestly like the worst thing ever. And so like I kind of was like in limbo a little bit, and having like a big part of your life gone was like hard for me in a way, but at the same time like, and I'm sure it was similar for you guys, like football at the end would like gave me a bitter taste. Like it was just like you were kind of just ready to be done. I think that's pretty common, you know, with most people, just like ready to be done with it. Like I was kind of sick of being like yelled at by the coaches and just like it was just I was ready to be done. And so it was like I was grateful it was done, but I didn't have like I mean I still have the friendship obviously, but I just didn't have that every day. You're not seeing your buddies every day and going to the locker room and hanging out and just BSing and talking about whatever. And so it took me a while to like kind of understand what my life was going to look like. And then I feel like I adjusted pretty well because I had the goal of physical therapy school and I eventually got in. And so like that worked out and that kind of eased my mind a little bit. And I had something to look forward to. And so I'm in school now. I started in May. And now actually recently, just like when fall camp started, I don't know what it is about me, but it's like, I want to like watch football stuff all the time and I kind of miss it. Like, and so it's kind of just been like an ongoing process of being like a big part of your life that you've done for 20 years is no longer what you're doing anymore. And so like lately I've been missing football and playing, but mostly like you guys said, it's the aspect of being with your friends and having those good times. So I feel like that's kind of how my journey was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that's a fantastic insight. Like you said, I kind of miss like the feeling of football. Like nothing beats that feeling when you walk into like an opponent's stadium and you just have like a couple thousand people just booing you as loud as they can. Like walking into Montana's stadium was one of like the most electric feelings I've ever had in my life.
You know what's probably a cooler
it was
feeling?
It
crazy.
was.
Is if you have a fan base that cares about you and cheers for you when you walk out of your tunnel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Probably would have been pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. Let me tell you, 2019 Weber State, we were locked. Those fans showed out to every game, and that stadium was electric. So I get that.
I'm jealous.
I get that.
Dude, even some of those stadiums where there weren't many fans, dude, those were fun games.
Yeah.
I remember going down south and 93, you're fat as shit. The second I turned sideways and they could see a side profile. And I just remember, when's the baby due? You know, all those, the ones where you can hear them because there's so little people there and you're just getting absolutely berated because you're just fat. And
Do you remember
like, oh, this is awesome.
Was it Northern Iowa when Coach D almost fought that dude? What did he say?
I totally remember that. I don't remember, but I remember just like coming off the sideline and like it was absolute war going on, whatever was happening. I don't remember. Did he throw a beer?
I think he did throw a beer down. Yeah.
Yeah. And Coach D's like, you don't ever do that. Like you're just like,
respect the game.
Waddled over to him.
Oh, shit. But one of my favorites was when Utah State was booing us, and then by the end of the game, when we were beating them 35-0, they started
they
like
were going
cheering
for us.
I know. That was
Utah State.
Utah State was fun.
That game, I think I was on the things we were going to talk about. That Utah State was such an awesome game. That was so fun to be there for that. That was so cool. Plus, I even got talking about fans heckling. I had my helmet off, and then out of nowhere, just hey 53, you're balding, and it was just like
What
it's
made
just
it
like, man.
so much worse is you put your helmet back on. You let
Dude, he never
them
took his
know
helmet
it.
off ever at away games after that. Dude.
You
I
let
didn't.
them know it got to you. You put
I
the
folded.
That's awesome.
I folded. I
yeah,
folded.
yeah.
Oh man. That
Yeah,
was-
no. One of them was like, I think was I 76 at that time? I can't even remember. It doesn't matter. But they were like, 76, you're fat. And I'm like, I play nose guard. Hell yeah, I'm fat. Like, what do you mean?
Exactly.
Like,
They
sick
have no
burn, dude. You paid to watch me play a game. Like,
Exactly.
Dude, I don't know what your
Yeah.
guys' thought
Dude,
were.
they hit me with
I think that Utah State was like a better game than the Utah, just in terms of like fans and environment and stuff. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
don't get me
I
wrong,
agree.
I didn't play in
Yeah.
either of them. I was just an observer. But from my point of view, like, I feel like the Utah State game was crazy.
And I will say this, night games hit so much
Yeah, that's
different.
true.
And my first ever collegiate reps, I got 4 reps at the end of Utah the first time. And that was at night. We were actually beating them going into half, or not, sorry. We were beating them, and then there was a rain delay.
Yeah.
And after that like took the wind out of our sails, bro. I don't know what happened, but they turned up after that rain delay. And Utah at night is just like, it's a jungle, bro.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know what is in that, water, but their fans go crazy at nighttime. But yeah, no, Utah State was definitely, that environment was so much fun.
It was.
And like, I like how it's just kind of like, yeah, it feels like they're on top of you, where Utah is a lot more spread out,
It is.
Man, what were you
Yeah.
saying before I started talking?
I can't even remember. But yeah, I didn't even play in the Utah State game, but that one was, I think it was fun too, or so like it felt electric because our sidelines were like, as a team, we're hyped because we were exciting as dude, everyone was gassed up that we were smoking up. So
Yeah.
Because like, it was like, that was when, who was the coach there? The head coach?
Who's Hill?
No, at Utah State.
Oh, I was
I
like,
have no clue.
it was Anderson.
Oh
Anderson.
yeah, that's when Coach A was, after they got their crap kicked in by
Bama, dude.
was it
Crimson
Bama?
Tide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bama beat
Bama
the
to
shit
Weber
out
is
of
a
them.
crazy 180.
Then
And you get fucked up by both
then you
of them.
lose to
Yeah.
both.
you lose to both. It's
You
diabolical.
score the same amount of points in both games.
Yeah, but it was that interview where he tells like the interviewer like, oh yeah, this is Weber's Super Bowl, like going into that
Yeah.
week, it was kind of just like, oh yeah, like it's Utah State. Like it wasn't like I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna beat us, but it was just, I was like, it's Utah State, like I don't really care too much about them. And then yeah, Coach Hill tells us what Coach A said, and all of a sudden it was like, nah, like this is so much bigger.
That game,
Like, this is a
100%
rivalry.
was won by Coach Hill. Like any other coach,
Yeah.
the way that he motivated us and used stuff like that to get everyone hyped for like 2 weeks leading up to the game. Like we were like, fuck, who did we play first? Eastern Washington or something? Or not EWash, it was Western.
It was
Oregon,
like
Western Oregon?
Central
Yeah, one of
Oregon.
the
Yeah,
weird,
whatever they're called.
like D2s. We like didn't even
Yeah.
think about them. Like it was Utah State for like all fall camp, all of that first week, all the second week. And like if it wasn't for Hill, like if it was mental, like it just, you're not getting hyped like that and you're not having the sideline energy.
No.
But with Hill, he was such a good
Mhm.
motivator that was 100% why we won that game.
Yeah. No, I agree 1,000,000%, because it was just like, let's show them that like this game is not a Super Bowl. Like we're gonna come in there and we're gonna kick your ass. Like, yeah, it's just a dogfight, So
I know. Coach Hill was so excellent in that way because he didn't motivate you or inspire you out of fear.
Yeah.
I feel like a
Mhm.
lot of coaching, and maybe they don't mean it that way, but a lot of coaching is done and motivation is had through like fear tactics, like, oh, this is going to happen, whatever. Coach Hill didn't motivate you out of that. You were wanting to do it because you felt like he believed it too. It was what I thought was excellent.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it was just like he was like, no, you're better than these teams, and it was like, yeah, like you said, you believed it. And I remember this one time we got ranked number 3 in the nation, and we were pissed because we're like, no, we are the best team in the nation, and they ranked us 3. Yeah, like I remember that year
That's crazy.
was crazy. Mm-hmm.
Who was one?
Yeah, so it was North Dakota State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was those two and then us. So yeah,
That's
but it
so
was just
cool.
like Coach Hill was just like, I remember we sat there for the selection show, and when like they announced that we were number 3 in like that live broadcast, nobody was clapping. Like all of us were just sitting there stone-faced as hell because we were pissed that we fell to number 3 after all of our hard work the season before.
Dang,
So
that's the standard.
yeah, it was he absolutely knew how to set the standard. But yeah,
That's cool.
And he left us for money.
it was phenomenal.
He said, "I'll go take $6 million or whatever it was for BYU. Probably making triple that at Michigan now."
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I would have done it.
Yeah, I would fold. I fold.
Hey, did y'all see Jack Jelly
Jack
the other
said,
night?
"Dog,
Yeah.
dude.
He looked good, dude.
Jack did look good. Did you see Donnie?
He got hella carries.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Donnie looked good. Yeah.
My old roommate.
Yeah. good old Dante. He looked
great
really
stuff.
good out there. So yeah.
That's cool.
Even Winston
Isn't
had
Gavin on a
good
team
game too? So
He's in the Broncos. He did solid.
I didn't see it at the preseason game. I don't even know. I tried to check his Instagram and stuff, but he's just a good old boy, man. He doesn't post on social media. He's just like one of those corn-fed white boys, He's
exactly who you want for an O-line.
He's a good dude.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely. So good for him. Yeah,
man, that is cool.
His children are going to be absolute demons.
Dude.
But
yes,
that's going to be the most athletic family in the world.
It's going to be like Brock Lesnar's daughter, where it just looks like him.
Yes.
Just throwing a shot, put 100 yards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Brian, I have a hypothetical for you. If you were a betting man, one time we were on a travel trip, and Zeke Birch was getting all pissy like he does on buses because I don't know why.
My God.
Something about him on a bus just was
he in the
fun
front or the
for
back
him.
of the bus?
But Zeke, we were
in the middle.
We were middle. We always sit in the middle. But Zeke was like, me and Easton were messing with him. Not that much. He was overreacting. But
that is such a
like,
lie.
He's like, I could beat both your asses at the same time on this bus. And we could not convince him that me and Easton would beat the ever-living shit out of him. One-on-one, Zeke probably has me, but at a 2-on-1, Zeke, you were getting absolutely hammered on that bus, my brother.
I don't believe
Dude, you know what they say, one man can hold you down.
To this day.
Yep.
No.
I would have held you down.
It's day.
Easton's,
I am still confident that I would have whooped both your asses on a bus.
Like you said, 1-on-1, sure, maybe. You're kind of soft.
You're a big, brawling black man, dude. You're going to kill me 1-on-1.
I'm using Ben as a shield.
You're using Ben as a shield?
I'm just grabbing him and I'm slamming him into Easton over and over and over.
I'm just going to let that happen.
Well, I'm knocking you out first, and then I'm just using you as a shield.
Dude, the one thing I could do was hit with my head. Yeah.
Both of you have the craziest iron heads in the world. That's true.
When Sadie was like, hey, you guys need to stop hitting with your heads. Like, 4 linemen already have concussions. I was like, I don't know what to tell you.
The paint is completely gone off your helmets.
Scuffed off.
Yeah.
That's why we had guardian caps, guys.
Mine had like no padding in the front by the end, dude.
Yeah. No, I'm still confident I could beat you.
Yeah. Even, I mean, there's just no way. There's no way.
Well, I'll let you have it.
One day we'll see. One day I'll buy a bus and we'll try it out. We'll make a YouTube channel
It's like the professional tag games where they're like ducking under the bars and jumping over stuff. It's gonna be just jumping over the bus.
Dude, I
Bus
know Dana
fights.
White would fund that.
That's
He
true.
would.
That's
He absolutely
true.
would.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, really quick. Oh, I don't know if Zeke's cut out, but hot take. And you guys talked about in the other episode, and I had to comment. I do not like Chicken Run or Wallace and Gromit. I think they're
Oh
shit.
my
What?
gosh. Yes.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is bad too.
Don't
that's not true.
lie.
I like that.
Don't lie, Ben.
Wallace and Gromit's good. Chicken Run, whatever.
Don't.
You could delete Chicken Run from the planet and it wouldn't matter.
That's
That is such
crazy.
a lie.
Crazy
Chicken
work.
Run walked so Wallace and
just trying to
Gromit
be-
could run.
You're just trying to be different, saying
Dude,
you like
I
those. You
grew
don't
up
actually
on
like
Chicken
those.
Run, bro.
That is
Those thick-ass
nostalgia at its
chickens, dude.
finest.
Exactly. That's maybe I should change my
Go
mind.
rewatch it, dude. No, okay, wait.
Yeah.
Talking about
You're
like all the
just-
claymation, I just rewatched the other day Flushed Away. That one, top tier
Flushed
movie.
Away's
yeah.
great.
So funny.
Flushed Away is
It's so good.
legendary. Yeah.
It's
Like
so good.
genuinely hilarious. I was laughing so hard.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know oh, go ahead.
No, you first, man. You first.
I was gonna say some of those jokes, like as kids, you don't get, but as adults, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I finally understand.
It's so fun to rewatch
Yeah.
those movies, which is why you should probably rewatch Chicken Run.
It is.
Absolutely. You would be enlightened.
I haven't seen it since
actually.
I was probably like 8.
So, me either,
Yeah,
but
you-
like I'll
That's an
defend
hour
it till I die.
hour and 30 minutes. You
What's
can't
it?
get back to
Is
your
it
life.
streaming on anything?
Such a
Because I'll
lie.
stay up all night with you guys on stream and watch it.
Hey, I'd be down just for the love of the game. I think.
Listen, Chicken Run is
No.
infinitely better than Madam Web. Okay, we can all agree on that.
Okay.
No one was making that argument. Where did that come from?
No, I'm just saying. But Chicken Run is fantastic, and I don't understand your issue with it because it's
Yeah,
So,
gold.
here's
what's
the
the
thing.
problems here?
For you to it's so hard because I watched them as a kid, and maybe it just wasn't my thing because I probably didn't. I mean, I watched Flushed Away as a kid. I think those are the only 3 claymation movies I saw.
That's because it
The
took
claymation
them
movies I like now
all of
are
eternity to make them.
yeah,
They could only
Yeah.
get 3.
yeah, it's true. So maybe I should humble myself and actually go back and watch them. But from my experience as a child, I did not enjoy.
That's crazy.
You-
Crazy work.
You were
That's not a crazy take.
you were an interesting kid though, so I
That's true. I was in the backyard eating grass.
You were destined to get play.
I
Exactly.
can't abide by this opinion of yours. It's wrong. It's inherently wrong.
For you to convince me that it's better, you have to admit that it's better than any Guy Ritchie film, which is a low bar. That's a low bar.
You really just like pushing my buttons, bro. You
Any
know
Guy
how
Ritchie
to
film,
piss me off.
it's like
You
S tier and then Guy
you
Ritchie C. Maybe.
don't believe that. You cannot believe that. Sherlock Holmes, incredible. Incredible.
It's fine.
The
It's
Gentleman,
fine.
fantastic movie.
Snatch is
Dude,
good.
Snatch is
I haven't seen that in a long time.
fantastic. Yes. Easton is
I was gonna say that
Brad Pitt
accent
says
is
it all in
insane.
that movie.
Yeah, no, he does a great job being a gypsy. But yeah, go watch Snatch, people. Fantastic movie.
I will. I've never actually ever seen it, so I'll do that
Yeah.
as well.
You're disgusting.
I want to know while we're in the heat of the moment argument mood, like let's get into the Johnson. Why do some people love him? Why do some people not love him so much here?
One man's trash is another man's
Like,
treasure.
give me
dude.
everyone's
Absolutely.
experience with him, and I want to know what happened.
For me, the good thing about Johnson was so like every other coach that had already been there for a while at the D tackle. I mean, Duff had been there forever, and Duff was a very smart guy, and he liked physical specimens. I was never getting a chance to play over, and it's logical, dude. You look at Zeke, and you look at Kafusi, and you're like, yeah, we're not playing this 5'11" white kid, dude. Like, no, not when we have those two dudes. And so, but with Johnson, for better or for worse, and you know, for worse to like a guy like Zeke who's proven, but Johnson set everyone at 0. And
Truly.
Zeke and Steven happened to be hurt when he set it to 0. And so they could not prove that they were both better than me.
Mhm.
And so Johnson came in with like fresh eyes, and I was working hard and I was doing the right things. And he gave me a chance to go in and play. And, Fusi could have been the best D lineman I've ever seen
in the world.
But
in the world,
he just wasn't. He didn't do it all the time. And so where Duff would always give him chance after chance, because that's the smart thing to do when you're deep, is if you could get Fusi to work out, yes, you need to play him. But Johnson's like, hey, I'll put Ben ahead of him. And so Johnson gave me a chance to play, so I'll forever have that. And he always believed in us. And I don't know about with Zeke. I know you have a different experience, but every week Johnson would always be like, hey, you guys have been, I don't know if we're the best group, but we've been the hardest working group this week. And, knowing how hard indies were, I genuinely believed it. And I had faith that, man, we really were the hardest working group on the team. And so I like Johnson for that. And he also had good, he played unlike some coaches sometimes. And there's just a little thing of like, he knew in certain situations, like, hey, dude, life just happens. Sometimes a big old lineman just grabs you and moves you, and it doesn't matter how your angle or your vector was. You're just getting moved. And so I just liked his experience, and I liked that he gave me a shot. So I'll forever appreciate Johnson for that.
Easton?
I don't know where Easton
Zeke, you're
sits
biting
in
your
this
tongue.
debate.
Yeah. I'm curious to hear Easton's opinion.
It's hard because I feel like I echo a lot of the same stuff Ben does, because Johnson gave me a shot too. So he got there in 2023, and in 2022 I played a little bit. Like I mean I wasn't playing a lot, but 2023 came around. Johnson he set everyone at the same spot, and like Ben said, it was hard for people who couldn't play, like for Zeke and Steven, you guys were hurt, and so like we were allowed to do whatever. And Johnson, I felt like, gave us a lot of freedom in a way as well. What makes it hard is like Johnson just like loved like the stupid, just like, I don't know, like just to go out there and be dumb and like hit someone with your head. And like I felt like I might have been good at that, but I wasn't good at many other things like pass rushing or actually like doing correct things on the football field. And and so I like Johnson in that way, and he was very supportive, and I felt like he believed in me and wanted me to do well. And so I don't know. It's hard because I really like Johnson. I'd have to say, out of all the coaches, he was probably my favorite that I had. And it's hard to tell because we only had him for 1 year. You know what I mean? And so, but I'd have to say he's my favorite. Not the other coaches were bad. I really, they were good too. I just felt like he was able to give us a chance.
All right, Zeke.
Yeah.
Johnson made me question whether or not I loved the game. And like from my standpoint, like I totally get where you guys are coming from. He gave you a chance. Like that's all you're looking for as like a kid breaking out, right? Is a chance. And I had 6 different D tackle coaches, and I only struggled with the one. So
That's
I'm
true.
just like, to me, that is very telling that I had a new coach come in every year, and I was able to get along with them and prove myself to them. But I felt like with Johnson, I never, like, it was empty promises. Like, I felt like a freshman again, in the sense that, like, you're promised, oh yeah, if you do these things, like, you'll play more, yada, yada, all this stuff, right? And I totally get, like, yeah, me and Steve were hurt going into the season. So yeah, like you guys absolutely deserve to play 1,000%. Like, I don't even know why I traveled to that Utah game. Like I was fresh off of surgery, and they said, yeah, we need you, Zeke, suit up. so that was crazy. And then the NIU game I missed because they were just like, yeah, it's not worth it. And I'm like, yeah, I need more recovery time. But but like after that, it was just like me and Steve would meet with him, and it's like, okay, what can we do to show you that like we deserve to, like, not even at that point, I didn't even care about starting. I was just like, I need playing time, bro. Like, and
Yeah.
he would always put us in the shit situations, like just to give us like that challenge of like, oh, if you fail, then I'm gonna rip your ass, for even though he put us in on like 3rd and 2 in the red zone.
Maybe just lock in.
And but Yeah, well, that's what we did. Me and Steve locked in every time. And it was never good enough. And like that Montana State game where we got just absolutely bent over by them at home, I had 7 tackles and a blocked kick.
Blocked 2 kicks.
Yeah.
And I only had 10 plays that game. And that still was not good enough effort to him. And I have it on very good authority from a coach I won't name that he was trying to get our scholarships cut. That he was trying to cut.
We were all told that, so I remember. I mean, that is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, but Zeke, it's funny. Me and you had like exact opposites because, right, you get kind of like shafted that year, and then Duff comes back. It's like the depth chart at the end. I was like a 2, like 2 1s, 2 2s.
Yeah,
I was a 2, and sometimes right after, depending on what Johnson's mood was that week. But when Duff came back, I was the 9th guy in the rotation off of nothing.
That's tough. Yeah, that's
so,
just a bias. That's crazy.
And like the NAU game, I have 2 TFLs in a row, and then I just get pulled.
Yeah,
and I'm not allowed to finish the drive. And it was just like, and so I know how it feels. Like that is real tough. You're just like, hey, I don't know what I can do because every time I'm in, I feel like and like I said, obviously you and Steven were balling out. Matt was doing good. Easton was doing good. So I wasn't, but it was just getting dropped. Like I got dropped, and I love Jagger. I got dropped below Jagger in the start of it. And it was just like, hey, dude, this dude had 2 torn labrums and hasn't played a snap. And like I was doing solid the year before. Like I wouldn't say I was amazing,
good.
But I proved that I could play in a game. And it was just like, yeah, no, we'd rather put Jagger in before you. And Jagger could have been there, but he wasn't there yet. And I was just, it was frustrating. So I know where you're at with that.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't know what I can do.
No, it virtually was the same for us. Cause you remember I talked about it a couple episodes ago, but that last week of the season where I was in when I was in a position battle with Nelson, like don't get it twisted. Like I love Nelson. He's a great
and he's
kid, but
really good alignment.
That was his first year as a D tackle. I'm sorry. I was like, if you genuinely believe Nelson is better than me, travel him. Like I gave the most subpar level of effort I could that entire week of practice because I was
that's
like,
why you were down there.
No
Zeke.
way. Because at the beginning of the week he tells me, I'm debating whether or not to travel you, Zeke. He's like, Nelson's looking a lot better than you, and I was like, cool. Like, okay, that's all I needed to hear. So
sounds like you just weren't putting in the effort that you needed to.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I guess.
No, pursuit me.
That is that same year that somebody yelled at me, McQueen is fading. Yeah, that was
McQueen is fading.
After
Dude, I will say, Zeke,
though,
I hated watching film of you because I swear I could do perfect technique and I would still get my ass kicked on someplace. And you're crossing your feet, going backwards, and then you still slip through a mid tackle. It would frustrate me to no end to know I could do my very best and I still might not do it. And you're over there doing the worst technique sometimes that I've ever seen. And it's like, oh, there's a TFL. And you're just like, that is frustrating.
It was incredible.
I learned how to recover. Okay. That's the name of the game sometimes. Cause you're right. I had the habit of just firing off straight instead of like firing off into my gap. And so oftentimes I'd get cut off and then I was just like, well, time to slingshot.
You'd get there. You'd get there.
No, he wouldn't get there. He'd give the TFL to Braden Wilson instead. He'd slip off.
And then he'd give his little
would piss me off.
Or whatever.
The salute. Yeah. Remember
he was tough for that.
Remember that game?
The skiing one?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. You guys remember that game? Oh, my absolute like nemesis was crack blocks. Like I could not see them coming.
The trap?
Yeah, I could not see them coming to save my life. Like a tight end coming from the opposite end of the field, it's wraps for me. And so there was one game where I'm staring at the sky and because I'm on my back, right? And I get up and somehow make a TFL on the other side of the field.
That's insane. That's
yeah,
insane.
that happened more than once. But
Dude, there was
so,
a practice
yeah.
in the spring probably, and we were running something smack, and I was supposed to go smack the end, and someone lets fucking Ben's ass just walk through the line, and I just ran into him. I was like, what just happened? Like ran into a brick wall, dude.
Yeah, our line was not great, so that's
No.
He's like,
Yeah,
did you just
checks
put in
out.
crack?
Yeah.
I was like, no, like I don't know what just happened there.
Dude,
That's
you don't know how
amazing.
confusing it is when the scout team runs something wrong, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, are they running a new play that I don't know they're running and I need to be
Yeah.
prepared for? And
No,
it's like,
they
no,
just don't
you're
know what
good.
they're doing.
Yeah,
And there's probably
they're just struggling. Yeah, absolutely.
I used to love on scout
Yeah,
team
so-
when I was still quarterback, and it would be like, hey, just throw picks here. All right, cool. Yeah,
really.
you're like just
That's
throw some picks.
crazy.
I never knew
Yeah.
that.
Do you just throw like running across your body, send it to the end zone? Like it was ridiculous.
I picked,
So Brian,
awesome.
I'm
Okay.
curious. As a quarterback, was practice actually fun? Like, what was practice like? Because I know how it was like for a D tackle, and at that time it was like the worst thing ever. And so,
Mhm.
how was it like as a quarterback?
It was definitely like physically more fun because like you guys are doing all the different, like you're saying, freaking pursuit drill and this and that, and all the special teams. You guys were, I don't know what if you guys were on a bunch of special teams, but just getting your ass kicked and all that.
Yeah.
Keep
And
out
we're-
return somehow.
So we're doing like all our footwork
Yeah.
drills and like we're just doing different drops and rollouts and whatever the hell we're doing. And you guys are all grinding. So that part was all pretty easy. But it was definitely like a lot more, like I feel like I had to stay locked in a lot more mentally in terms of learning the offense, running the offense, and then just like
Mhm.
trying to figure out what like the other quarterbacks are doing differently or better or worse. Like, oh, I should have done that. Or just so it was just a different mental game than when I switched to tight end. Then I was like, okay, like fucking, I mean, you still gotta think, but more just brain off, just try to go, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
One where you
Yeah.
guys throw it at the goalpost looked kind of fun, or throw it into the trash cans. I was always jealous because we're getting
Or
hammered,
just-
and I'm watching you guys playing.
We would have the
fun
net up
games.
and we're just having our little knockout game on the net. Yeah, it was real hard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The
That's
worst
awesome.
though was
That's awesome.
because I was on
That
scout
is.
team a lot. They'd be like, "Oh, we need you to go do scout quarterback over there." So I'm watching the quarterbacks have fun, and me and House are over here handing the ball off to running backs for pursuit drill. Why do you need us for that? Anyone can give them the ball. Anyone can give them the ball.
That's so true.
I didn't
Dude,
even
it was
think of that.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
They could just start with the
For-
ball. Don't
for
even hand it to
me-
them.
That's true. For me, 2-minute was the worst because we were like, I mean, not the worst. Okay. 2-minute just sucked because we were designed to lose. Like,
We lost that a
we
lot.
could get sack. I can't remember
That's true.
what year the mentality finally switched, but early on it was like sacks didn't count at all. It was just like, oh yeah, you tag off on the quarterback or you run past him.
Okay, you guys,
And it's
you
just
would be
like,
like 3 yards
nah,
away, and then
nah.
you freaking start yelling like you are not making that sack.
What
Like,
do you mean?
There was some sacks you guys are called. Maybe Bronson because
there
he
were some
moved it
questionable
1 mile
calls.
an hour. But like, do you
There
guys
were some
remember
questionable
Bronson's like
calls.
hezzy move at Utah State or whatever? Dude, we flamed him for so
Yes.
long for that. It somehow worked. Like,
That was
good for
so
him,
bad.
but it was so
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah,
It looked so
Yeah.
unathletic.
yeah.
It was like, holy.
Crane used to bully me when he was our scout quarterback because I would run at him and like obviously Creighton's faster than me. And so he would just like run just fast enough to like stay away from me. And I just have to keep pursuing him until he steps out of bounds. And I'm like, I hate you so much. But
He
That-
was so fast.
yeah,
That brother
he
was so. I remember
Yeah.
chasing him, like you said, the same thing. He
Yeah.
truly was. He was
yeah,
a fast.
Yeah, no, he was
Oh
so
my.
fast. But
That's like we do 2-minute, and you guys would get Richie, and then I'd get Dijon, and Dijon would scramble everywhere. Richie would stand in the pocket, so nice, and I would chase Dijon sideline to sideline just for no reason at all.
yeah,
I hated that
Dude,
shit.
freaking Richie.
Yeah, no, 2 minutes sucked. Yeah, that's another
That-
transfer
dude.
that
Where did he go?
did not quite.
That's true.
I don't know.
I think he Middle Tennessee or something like that. Something.
Yeah.
Some
Dude,
okay
my
school
favorite
like that.
Richie memory after. So somehow you guys beat Montana, and
Yeah, not us. Not us.
Yeah,
Offense
fair.
beat Montana.
Richie beat
Yeah.
Montana. Let's be honest here. No, and then
Yeah.
I was talking to
Yes.
Dylan.
Richie also lost to Northern Colorado.
Hold on,
but-
because that was the next week. This is the game I'm talking about. Dylan, I was talking to Dylan on the sideline, and he went and talked to Mental that week just about, realistic playing minutes or whatever. And Mental's like, honestly, like, there's no one in the country better than Richie right now. Like, that's just how it is. And it was Northern Colorado's the next week. And that dude had like 4 picks, fumbled the ball like 3 times, recovered one of them
into
the end zone.
Into the
dude.
end
Every
zone
time
is
something happened, I
crazy.
just look
Yeah.
at Dylan and like lock eyes with him. And then my favorite moment of the game, I was just texting Dallas updates, and Dallas texts me, he goes, dude, Richie's about to throw a pick. I know it. And it was that last drive to lose the game. And he just like 2 seconds later threw a pick to lose it. I was like, oh shit, dude. It was so bad.
Gosh, Yeah. Yeah.
That was bad. He's the best in the country. Is crazy
That's
work.
diabolical. Yeah, I can't believe that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but even after that Montana game, I mean, I was demoralized. Like, I was like, we won,
I know you were.
but
Yeah, you were bad.
I
I was
was-
still enjoying the bus ride.
no, I was pissed. I mean, I yelled at everybody, but like,
You threw a
because
pizza in my face. You threw a pizza box at me. And it went
I
all
don't
over.
remember that. But
You
that
yelled so
probably
loud the
happened.
trainers thought you hated us for months.
No, that was Northern Colorado.
Oh, that was that bus trip?
That was
Okay.
that
How many
trip.
bus trips were
And
you going
know
off
what
on
you
them?
did. You know what you did.
He got mad every bus trip. Now, that's the
Yes.
one I used to walk back to the O line, rip ass, and smell so bad, and then walk back forward.
Yeah. No, they knew how to push my buttons on those bus rides to the point
Dude, we
like
knew how to push your buttons at all
Zeke is the
times.
Yeah,
easiest
that's-
person to
Remember when I
rage
told
bait of all
Steven
time.
to
Oh, yeah. It's so
be hard?
entertaining.
One of the best meetings ever. I'm sitting next to Steven, and I go, Zeke has a monster in his pocket, and I go, Steven, stab it. I didn't think he would. Steven stabs it, and it starts spraying everywhere in the meeting, in Zeke's practice pants. It was the best thing ever.
yeah, that pissed me off for sure. But
That was incredible.
but to what I was saying, right? Like going into that week of practice for Northern Colorado, I remember like after every practice, we try to talk to the whole defense, and it was just like, guys, we're terrible. Like that game was a 50-point game. Like we did not do anything that game. And the secondary was always like, dude, we won. Like, what are you saying? And I was just like, how many touchdowns did you guys give up? Like, what do you mean? Like, our secondary might have been the worst in the country. And that's
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you got the best quarterback in the
joke.
country on the other side of the ball.
That's true. That's true.
All gas, no brakes.
But I'm just like, I
Plan to win.
remember there were so many times where it was just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, we're gonna get a sack here, right? And the quarterback, whoever it is, doesn't matter. Could be the worst quarterback in the world, just throws the ball in the air, and somehow, there's a receiver wide open that just gets this contested jump ball.
Yeah, that was.
Like it was insane
It
to
was
me
bad.
how many times that happened. But yeah,
Get your boys
so,
right, dude. That's on you.
That's true. That's
Gotta get
right.
home.
Get
Gotta
home.
get home. Indeed. Yeah.
Me and Easton were there to stop the run. We forgot that's the pass rush.
Exactly.
Yeah. Matt,
We were only on
Matt
first and
Herron
second
was
down.
our only healthy pass rusher. Yeah.
That's
Cowboy
true.
became 2 DNs
Yeah,
again.
K.O. Hansen's safety has more career sacks than I do. Shout out my chief.
Oh,
I
my
forgot about
God,
him.
That's hilarious.
There's so many dudes, like if you just said the
That's my
name,
little-
I'd be like, holy shit, I completely forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's one I surprisingly stay in touch
Really?
with a lot.
You and him were
I
tight.
love K.O. K.O.'s great.
Yeah.
He's
You
good.
guys were tight. I do remember that.
Uh-huh. Easton, that's another Easton prank. Easton, barely knowing him, sends him a screenshot of his own house and address. And K.O. was
Yeah.
Kale had no clue what was happening.
It was an icebreaker.
I feel like I remember that actually.
Yeah, I can find your family.
I love doing that.
You used to do that to
Bought
like
a bunch of
people we
native
were playing.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yes.
all the time, dude.
Uh-huh.
We would
I'd
like
find their address and say it in the game.
That's crazy.
diabolical. Yeah, you should be a PI.
That D-line room was fun.
It was.
It was.
It was. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had some good times.
Okay, really quick question: What's a better city, Rexburg or Chico?
Dude, Chico.
Chico?
Like, 1 million
Chico all
percent.
day.
Probably more to do with Chico. Like, yeah, I can't even defend Rexburg. Like, there's
You're not even going to try to defend it.
no Rex.
You have
like,
no
pride.
pride.
No.
There's
There's
plenty of pride in Rexburg.
like if you had to go.
Zeke would share a room with it, dude.
That was
Yeah.
enough pride for the whole
Dang
state,
it.
dude.
If you had to go high school versus high school, Madison all the way. But
Well, Chico has a few high
like-
schools. I didn't go there anyways, but
we
Yeah.
yeah, I know. But like
He went to
that was
Butte.
like JUCO, dude. It's not
But-
high school.
He was Stephen
my
Bryant. You
my
and
high
Cuddy.
school
Idiot.
team would probably have played a good game against Butte.
No
No,
way.
that-
No.
Yeah, that's crazy word.
That's
I
not
know I'm
true.
joking. That's a crazy take. No, yeah. But guess who they beat, huh? Tremont. They beat them. They beat Bear River
all
last
300
year.
people in
They
that
beat
town.
Dude,
Bear
that's
River
we were
last
debating
year.
that. Zeke's like, oh,
We
small
said,
town
yeah, come
Rexburg.
over.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's small. It's not a small town.
60,000 people is
It's not a
not
small
big.
town.
That's a big town.
okay, yeah, it's a medium-sized town.
You have a whole college in your town, dude.
Yeah, that's why we have so many people, and then they leave in the summer.
And it drops
then
to
it's-
50,000.
Then it's only like
Yeah, oh
Damn.
no.
like 40,000. Yeah. It's,
Oh yeah, if it's a small town, name everyone there.
Name every person.
Used to be name every person. I can't even name the mayor, man.
We don't even have a
That's,
mayor. We're that small.
Name the guy who hit you out of when he was driving his truck.
Oh,
That you should
that
know.
guy. Yeah, I
And
can't
then
Name drop
Easton
him
will find
right
his
now.
address.
He's actually in my stake. That's like it's a church thing. So yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
in
I
my
figured.
like area. Yeah, sorry. But
We don't talk about that.
yeah, it's okay. My mom hates him. And valid.
I wonder
Yeah,
why.
valid.
Yeah.
So it's that's
For
okay.
sweet Zeke, almost.
Yeah, I was the last great hope, and I failed. fell short, but couldn't ruin the investment early. You know. So,
Exactly.
That shit.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, boys.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
any other
we need
hot
to-
takes, questions, anything like that before we get out of here?
I'm sorry if this was like so.
Dude, this
off
is
the wall.
exactly
No,
what I was
love
expecting
this.
it to
This
be.
is this is exactly what I knew it was gonna be.
I do have one legit question, actually, I guess.
Okay.
B Harp, because I feel like the D tackle room was super close. I mean, even with, like, I think we were probably maybe the closest room on the team, just in total inclusivity. Like, everybody loved everybody. Was the quarterback room where only one guy gets to play? Like, were you guys tight, or was it?
And we,
like, how
I
was
think
that
different rooms.
room?
I didn't feel as close to Bronson. Like he was all right, but I wasn't like as close to him. Me and Kylan were pretty close. Creighton, we definitely got closer. I wasn't as close to them in the beginning. Him and Bronson, I think, were kind of close. And then, like the next room, I think as a whole we were closer with House, Tiger, me, Creighton, Kylan. That was a pretty good room. And then
Mhm.
Dijon,
Yeah.
I really didn't know him that. Oh, and Dylan too. How am I forgetting about Dylan? Dylan brought that room together. Actually,
Good old
that
Dylan.
second room,
He was
that
the
was a pretty
glue.
good room.
Frick.
So yeah, that one was good. The first one was just a little bit. I just didn't know anyone as well, just because I was newer. But that second room, I'd been there a little bit. We all got to know each other better. We would do our little
That's fair.
fucking quarterback dinners at Kylan's house. That house was disgusting, and that dude was just drunk
Yeah.
all the time. It was awesome.
He was insane.
Mhm.
Yeah,
How
D tackle
about the tight ends?
Tight end room definitely wasn't as close as the quarterback room because we had We had
I would have
some.
thought they were close. As a freshman, those tight ends were too close.
It was a
some might
little
say.
weird. Yeah.
Well, that room was like with Davis and them. I think
Davis.
that room is that room.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't part of that one. We had like Kian. I'm not hanging out with Kian. We had Hayden Hall, who was cool, but like Pete hated him for some reason.
The most handsome man on.
Or I don't think he hated him.
Because he's the most handsome man I've ever
Maybe
seen.
that's what it was. He was jealous of the flow.
He was.
But no, like he didn't hate him. But he
Yeah.
just like he always was so clearly annoyed with him in meetings and would just like give snarky ass comments back to him. Day was Day. Like I don't know. There were some guys that were closer to him. I feel like I talked to Day 3 times. Like that dude. I don't know. Like he was cool, but
That's insane.
who else was there? Meech was there for a little while. Meech was chill. I mean, obviously Meech was.
Was Noah Benny?
Oh, Noah. Yeah, I forgot Noah was there. Noah was a homie too. He was a little bit quieter at that point. And then, am I missing someone? Ammon was
he
there
there?
too. Yeah, I know I was missing somebody. Ammon was definitely quiet
he was
and like just a timid freshman, trying to learn. So he was not as close. I don't know if he's like actually running shit now because he knows what he's doing, but like at that point, he was just timid freshman. Did not really know what was going on. So that room for me, especially coming into it late, was definitely not as close.
I could see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm curious. It's so weird how football's so complex compared to other sports. Like I talked to Kate about it with volleyball. Like there's only 16 of them or less. And it's like, hey, you're not really, you are split up by position, but you don't meet individually, really. Whereas with football, you meet individually. Like it kind of gets a little like, segregated in that way where different groups have different dynamics and then the whole team and like defense, offense, like it's a complex thing. It's hard. It's a hard balance.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel knowing that your wife is more athletic and gifted than you are?
She easily is,
and that she'll forever have more conference championships rings than you will.
That's fair, but we have a 4-peat, and I did a lot that season to help with it.
No.
And by the way, we would have a ring if it weren't for shout out Grant Sands. Keep it cool, and every episode bring him up.
We're like 5 for 5 on bringing up Grant Sands. That is chronic mistake. Yeah,
we'd have a natty ring.
That's actually
we would.
That's the thing.
Genuinely, yeah. That was our deepest. That would have been our deepest run. Yeah,
it would have.
Sad.
Crazy.
All right, boys. Well, on that one, maybe we end with Grant Sands, huh?
Yeah.
It's a great ending.
That was our longest.
It's a perfect ending.
Happy ending, if you will.
A safety ending.
Yeah.
A 2-point ending.
Well, it was actually 8 points. But...
Yeah.
That dude gave up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Questionable enough that they opened an investigation on him.
I was going to say, I very much appreciate you, Crother, and asking us to join the show with you.
You two are great, Crothers. I like the pod.
Dude, I'm glad you guys come on. This was a fun one.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know what's getting bad and what's making it, but
yeah, I'm gonna
anywhere I say the F word in case my mom watches, please come.
Oh shoot.
Just put
it's gonna be tough, Ben.
Just have like a dub over.
I'll bleep it.
There you go.
Yeah. This one's gonna be a tough one to edit. I can't lie.
Frick.
There's a lot of
dub that over.
You should just throw that in randomly.
You should.
Okay,
and on any future episode, we keep using Ben's frick. All right, well,
the year of my birthday.
Ben and Easton, we appreciate you guys coming on the pod. I don't know what's gonna make it into the final cut here, but that was a good time. Appreciate you guys taking some time out of your night to be with us here.
It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you.